We've covered Bethesda's pre-built classes earlier, and now we're breaking down the best ways to create your own class for combat, stealth, or magic, and we're going deep. We're talking, in my opinion, the best skills, attributes, races, and even the best burst signs to pick for each playstyle. Everything you need to get started. Let's jump right into it. If you like getting up close and personal, swinging heavy weapons, and taking hits like a beast, this one here's for you. Here's how to build the ultimate character that's focused on combat. As for which race to choose, choosing a Red Guard for its strong starting stats and the Adrenaline Rush power, an Orc for the Berserk power and great strength and endurance, or the Nord for strong melee stats and frost resistance, are all great choices. The best burst signs to choose would be the Warrior because you get plus 10 strength and endurance, which is a solid, safe pick. The Lady would give you plus 10 endurance and willpower, which is awesome for some early health growth in the game, and the Lord, which is a personal favorite of mine because it adds a powerful heal ability, although it does come with a bit of a fire weakness. For your favorite attributes, you'll want to primarily choose for a combat focused character Strength, so that way you'll get more melee damage and increased carry weight to carry all that loot and armor that you'll be needing, and also Endurance, as that increases your health and helps boost your heavy armor skill growth. In terms of your 7 major skills, you always want to start with a weapon skill, which you can either choose blade or blunt. This is really a personal preference of yours. I'm going to go with blade because that's just my personal choice. Heavy armor is another great skill to use because that'll help give you and maximize your armor that you can have. Plus, some of that armor looks super, super cool. Block is a great skill no matter what you use, blade or blunt. More often than not, you'll be blocking with that or a shield. So, getting that block skill to help level up will be great. Armor is a great one to help keep your materials and all your equipment repaired on the field, as well as athletics because you'll be doing a lot of running around as well. Now, you can either do marksman or alchemy for either a ranged approach as a secondary attack style, or if you want alchemy, you can utilize that to create health potions or really a whole bunch of poisons and other stuff like that to equip on your weapons to do even more damage. We're going to choose alchemy for fun here, just because why not? And the last skill I like to choose is restoration. This will help you, especially if you don't choose alchemy. Restoration will help give you some healing spells, which, when you're in the front lines and you're in the thick of it, is always super, super helpful. Next, we're getting sneaky. If you like avoiding direct confrontation, backstabbing or shooting from the shadows, or looting everything that's not nailed down, this stealth build might be for you. Some of the best races to choose for a stealth-based character would be the Khajiit for its high sneak and agility, the Wood Elf, otherwise known as Bosmer, for its great marksman and speed bonuses, or the Argonian because it's fast, stealthy, resists disease, and can breathe underwater. The best burst signs to use for a stealth character would probably be the Steed, which is an underrated one for plus 20 speed. This is great for some hit and run playstyles and gives you a naturally faster sneak for you. The Thief is another awesome one because it gives you plus 10 to agility, speed, and luck, which is all of the stats that you want to care about. And the Shadow would give you the Moon Shadow ability, which lets you once a day cast invisibility for 60 seconds, letting you get in the perfect spot or take that one item you just can't get. The best attributes to use with a stealth-based character is going to be the obvious ones here. Agility, because that'll help improve your accuracy and boost your critical stealth skills, and speed to help you stay fast and outmaneuver your enemies. Your 7 major skills that you'll want to pick, starting with one of the obvious ones here, would be Sneak, followed by Security, because that'll help you sneak by undetected and pick locks. Marksman is a personal favorite of mine because I don't think you can use stealth without using a bow as well, in my opinion. I like to take Light Armor because you don't really want to carry around heavy armor, and that'll make far too much noise for sneaking around. Illusion is another one I like. I like to be able to go invisible, charm, or silence whenever needed. And then we're going to finish up with Acrobatics, so that way you can jump higher distances and get places you otherwise couldn't. And we're also going to go ahead and we're going to choose Alchemy, so that way you can make those poisons and things like that to stun, paralyze, and put your enemies to sleep, getting by undetected here. Last but not least, we've got ourselves the Masters of the Arcane Arts. Mages in Oblivion are some of the most versatile and powerful characters when you build them right. Here's how you can create a true magical powerhouse with little to no effort. Choosing your race for a magic-based character is pretty easy. You can go with a Breton for the bonus magic and 50% magic resistance for great survivability, or the High Elf, which will give you 100 magic, but it does give you weaknesses to every type of elemental damage. Your best burst signs to choose would either be the Mage. This gives you 50 magic with no drawbacks. This is really a great balanced pick for a spellcaster. The Apprentice is a little tricky. This will give you 100 magic, but you take double the magic damage. If you choose this sign, please, please, please pick a Breton for your race, or you'll be in some serious trouble at times. And finally, the Atronach. This will give you an enormous 150 magic and spell absorption, but you don't get any natural magic regeneration. You'll pretty much need potions or other ways to absorb magic to make this one work. I don't recommend this sign for beginners. If you're new to Oblivion, I would pick the Mage if you want to go with the spellcaster. As far as the best attributes for a magic-based character, they are pretty simple and straightforward. We've got ourselves Intelligence, which will just give you more magic, and Willpower, which will help you regenerate magic faster. Your major skills are all pretty much going to be magic schools, so we've got ourselves starting out with Alchemy for restoring magic and buffed spells. So if you use the Atronach, this will be primarily important for you, as you'll need to constantly be making more potions to replenish that magic. We've got Alteration. This will give you utility spells like Shield, Water Breathing, and other things like that. Going on down, we've got Conjuration. This is pretty straightforward. This will summon allies, armor, and weapons for you. We've got Destruction. This is mainly going to be your school of offense. We've got Illusion Magic. This helps you crowd control and use stealth spells, so this would be great for you to move around and stay undetected when needed. We've got Mysticism. This is a really interesting school of magic that a lot of people don't think about, but this gives you Soul Trap, Detect Life, Dispel, and other things like that. And then finally, I like to finish up with Restoration, as healing is paramount in this game. If you can keep yourself alive, you'll never lose a fight. Something I would really like to note here is that Oblivion's all about creating your own interesting classes and just enjoying the experience of the game in new and interesting ways with every playthrough. If I've made a build here that you don't agree with, or something that you'd like to try differently, but still fall into that category of style, go for it. Give it a shot. See how it works out. These builds are designed to help you level at a steady pace without over-leveling certain skills like acrobatics and athletics, so that way you won't scale too hard against the enemies. But realistically, this game can be played in any number of combinations for categories and characters, so please, 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 take it all with a grain of salt, have some fun with it in Cyrodiil, and let me know your favorite build in the comments.